What's up, everyone? So I promised I would do a part-by-part review of Codify Master Series new V12 Hypercar, the Apollo IE Helios. I enjoyed this build way too much and couldn't put it down. So instead, I thought I'd do a video comparing the old version, the RC version, with the new version. Call out some of the biggest differences between the two. So let's start with some of the smaller ones. So the first being in side view mirrors. On the original, these are fine, but I think this gives the car a really great look, much more in tune with the original car, especially like these pieces which they've incorporated. On the front of the car, the grille of the original, you can see is, that's sort of your atypical grille, individual bricks put on there. Whereas on the new one, you can see these are the 1x4 bricks that typically you would use for gears. Like when you're thinking about building the steering control for a servo motor, you would have the gear run along like a track like this. That's that part that they've put as part of the grille, which I think looks great and looks really smooth. The lighting, it looks sort of like Lego's Lambo, which wasn't always a super big fan of that, but on this car, it looks great. On the old one, not so much of a lighting experience. Overall, it's weird because you look at the two. This one has about 500, 600 more pieces, and it doesn't. You can't really tell. I think they've done a great job in taking out some things that weren't needed and adding in some special parts. Obviously, this is the new part, is the big one, which has taken this. Sorry, Apollo, but this ugly tail fin, that they have, and reduced it quite substantially. So you can see the back brace to the wing. Here is quite pronounced on this car. On the new one, it's much more streamlined, and I like it much better. I also like no stickers. I'm just a fan of no stickers. So was very happy about that. Okay, so there's one for the gas cap, and there's a couple others in there. Since this is a static version, they got to do the 8-speed gearbox, which is awesome. So if you've done the Phantasma, you're familiar with it. On the Phantasma, changing those gears is really hard to get to. On this car, it's right here. All you have to do is turn this dial, and we're clicking through those gears just like we did on the other video. We're at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Some other changes. Opening up these doors, it's springed. So you can see the spring in there pops the doors open really nicely, which I like much better than when I was actually opening these doors. I couldn't remember if it was, something, a knob I needed to turn or not, but it's just on an axle to open, push and close. So that I like a lot better. Let's look at the interiors. I love the beige. Beige looks great. Don't get me wrong. The red's cool, but this is a great looking interior. Let me see if I can shift this around here. This is a great looking interior. We've also got the stick to put it in neutral and reverse. You know, the other car doesn't have that because, of course, again, it's an RC car. Let's take a look at the back end here. Let me move this around. Sorry, don't get camera sick. I will get a camera one day soon when I have more than 10 followers. I promise. Okay. Oh, these boys are heavy. I will say, both of these are super durable. I do not get pieces falling off. The wonderful LaFerrari, Viva LaFerrari, I have pieces falling off of that all the time. These I can bump into things, nothing falls off. I love it. But anyways, looking at the back end. So on the right here, we've got the old one and the new one. Pretty similar. I would say that the new one's a lot cleaner. It was interesting how they did the back. I guess you can't see it from there. The back of this kind of bothered me, trying to get these 2 points to come and be even. I don't know if I did it wrong or not, but you know, in the instructions they look like it just kind of overlapped just a bit. I do like the way they did these backs better, but as far as the signature look of the back, much better on the new one, I would say overall. You know, and still have the rear lift mechanism, the rear wing, you know, still works. The rear lights pretty much the same, but I think it just, you know, it looks cleaner overall. I believe on this car that there is a way to lower the bottom wing for the air, the aerodynamic reduction, you know, sticking it to the ground, but I don't know how to do that or where it is. I looked at the instructions, maybe there's not, but you know, I just see with these gears here, maybe that's just for the drive, but I thought perhaps that would raise and lower the bottom part of the wing, the under spoiler, if you would. But you know, for the rating wise, I would say this new one, some of these parts, let me see if I can show you an example. Might have to heck with it. I'll pop this open so you can have a look. Look at these new parts that they've got in here. That is a metal, thick, strong spring. I mean, that is serious suspension right there. Incredibly impressed by that part. Never seen anything quite like it. You know, Lego, watch out. These guys are making some serious cars. So, you know, it's better than any of the static cars Lego's made. by far. You could just start with the 8-speed gearbox and everything else gets beat. But it's gorgeous. It's an improvement upon the RC car. You know, I don't think we build these to drive them, but it's fun. I would like to see some lights, maybe. That would be my only improvement, would be just some lighting. Otherwise, you know, it's a 9.5 out of 10. It's a beautiful car, beautiful color, definitely improved upon, and great job to the designer. What's his name again? Suhwan Ji. Great job, and I'm sure the rest of the Cada team that helped out, you guys knocked it out of the park. Keep doing your thing. I'll be getting the Mercedes AMG 1 on Friday, so can't wait to see what that's all about. I've heard some mixed reviews, but I think that's just from Lego haters, so can't wait. Thanks.